Okay.
You guys are good.
Okay, call to order 7:03. I have. Yeah, I think it's 7:04. Okay, roll call. Rudy Blanco, I'm here.
Miguel Martinez.
Miguel Martinez. Present. Esther Colon. I think Esther was online, but I'm not sure.
She wasn't, I don't see her anymore. But there's another name, it may be her. Or they just dropped it, so I don't know.
Drop, so. Francesca. Eladio. Present. So then, what did Danny say, you know? Because now we're gonna go excuses or what are they, or
Attendance?
absence, yes.
He told me he wasn't gonna be able to make.
Spring break is.
That's true.
Yeah, because I guess he has showing or something like that during this entire time period.
Yeah, no, she's right.
Work.
Yeah. Magali has a personal situation and Esther too. And Edwin, I don't know, he just told me he wasn't gonna be able.
That's just, you know, it's just. Because now you gotta give excuses or not, or whatever and all that.
What is it that changed?
No, no, that hasn't changed yet. What's changed is just the public comments part of it. But they are working on making changes, you know, based
I thought
on,
we were always able to do public comments only.
we can receive them, but like real time was not a thing.
Oh, to respond?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, we can't, it's not live, but they receive. them.
Yeah, like they can send me an
They can
email in
record.
advance. That's fine. But now it's like they can join for public comments and actually, this, you know. And give the.
So we still have the meeting, but no decision can be made, am I right, or
We can have a discussion.
discussion?
So we can't talk what's on the agenda.
And we can sign.
No, you can talk
You can adopt-
about
no,
what's,
you can talk
yeah,
about
you
it.
can
That's it.
discuss, you just can't.
Discuss it, you
Vote.
can
You
decide.
can't decide on it.
Yeah, vote on. Like the adoption of the
But like if you have
minutes
any
and that.
updates
That's what I'm gonna-
based
I'm gonna
on
go
the
over.
agenda.
Okay, well, let me go to, okay, so we got roll call. Order of business, do you see anything you want to change, or anything around? Oh, I'll go quickly through it anyway, so. I think we can, any public comments? I see that we have Felicia Salazar. And Amador.
And I don't see anybody online right now. For public comments.
I guess we'll table that for next time, we gotta vote on that. Anything else? Workshop, anything on the workshop, anything you guys noticed, anything that you saw?
so many. Trying to get in.
Oh, that's as
I couldn't tell from the bit of the
I think
board
it's,
that it's sample.
I don't know why. I thought Hope said last year was a girl who went to elementary school. He's in Misayo and like. So.
Not the person.
We don't have one, but we're discussing. More public, yeah.
Everything's locked. The front door.
The back room is open. Right?
Yeah, but some of the lock, it's a little.
No, it's open. I just-
Sir.
Hey, Miguel. How you doing?
It's over.
See, same here.
Oh,
So,
¿cómo estás?
Hope Radicals at Loading. How you doing?
Francesca. Qué pelada.
Oh, yes.
We were, so, you know, we were pretty much gonna discuss overall, how did everybody feel about the workshop, you know, that was like the last thing we basically did as a group and everything else in the committee. And, I heard very good stuff from many people that discussed it, some people wish that they would have been there. And even some other officials wish that they would have been there, so. From other jurisdictions and everything else, so.
I think it was well
Well
received,
received.
but the mix of turnout was.
We always want more people.
No, absolutely, but I'm saying that, but the key people that are there from the county. I appreciate that.
Yes, hope.
So the workshop was wonderful. The workshop was like an eye-opening experience for many of us, but there was no recording.
Uh,
It was like a silent video. There is no sound.
Oh, wow.
And the problem is how many people that want to know what happened at the workshop. If not because I was there, I would have not a clue what happened. And that's what I'm not.
Yeah,
That'll
there
be
was
your-
an issue with the recording, that's
Yeah.
correct.
So there was no voice, there was no sound.
wonder why.
So actually,
Is that unusual?
Today,
Is that unusual?
I would say that it is very unusual. It's happened like maybe once before.
Has anybody inquired as to why?
I didn't.
Yeah, we did.
Well, I think he was about to explain.
yeah, so it was a staff issue on our end, so it was just a mistake. But to remedy that going forward, we've talked with staff and it's, going forward, there just has to be IT staff there to make sure 100% that that
Mhm.
doesn't happen.
They handled.
There it is.
Okay, well, I guess we just have to go to vaudeville times, you know.
But really, one thing that's really fascinating because.
I like the,
It got recorded, and it got recorded well, but if it always gets recorded with subtitles, if there's no sound, at least we can read what's happening.
Right,
So it just, yeah, that's.
but no, it didn't even have.
It would've been-
There was no audio.
No, I was gonna say that,
Okay,
they have like,
comes from the-
didn't have the subtitles, but
Yeah, it was just the video.
wait, anything else on that? Or just real quickly?
And Channel 51. did a
Yeah,
excellent
they did an
coverage.
excellent job. They did an excellent job, they covered it very well.
And the interviews you guys did
Excellent, it was
was
excellent.
brilliant.
It was
That
excellent.
was very well done.
It was excellent.
You were very good.
Anybody else on that topic?
What feedback did you get?
Some people couldn't make it that day because of the timing, and so forth, but from the feedback that I got, it was good. At least from our side, but it was very organized, very well done, very well presented. The issues are very well, you know, they just wish, most people wish that there was more people.
Right, Doral, Chrissy Fraga,
You know,
the mayor had mentioned, I mean, she sent,
Maureen Bonas,
right,
you know, Maureen Bonas and stuff. But I talked to her, when we met her this week, not too long ago, I talked to her again, because it was good that Josh and her were there at the same time. We had an event on Venezuela and so forth, and why local elections are so important in the round. And I caught them both, because both were at the same, they were both presenting, and says, both of you are here. I got a common theme for both of you, lasting. And I said, we know the situation, we know what's going on, we're doing all that we can. That's what they were, you know, talking about, so they both are very much aware. They're all very mature.
Do we have an update on Fabrizio's,
That's what I was gonna get to. I haven't seen anything moving on the statutes. I checked early today, as a matter of fact. And I haven't seen, they're still like held up in committees or stuff like that, but I haven't seen any traction, or any motion on that or anything else.
I
And
don't think you'll see any either.
could be, could be.
any update?
Any, I was gonna go to her, I was gonna go to her.
Said the last meeting, I think the Senate bill was read at 5 p.m. and the House bill was read at 8 p.m. So that's it. There was no vote, nothing. So we're hoping that, you know, 'cause there's a lot of meetings going on, a lot of bills that they're reviewing. So hopefully they'll put it back in one of the committees.
There's like 2,000 bills, right? I think in total or something. It's an enormous amount.
You said that, but in the session. But yeah, that one at least, you know, was at the first reading, so. Let's hope that, you know, we can just. Submit it again to the committee that. You actually, if you go online, you'll see that,
I saw it. Yeah. I saw that.
Civil Justice and Claims Subcommittee, Budget Committees, Judiciary Committee, so. So hopefully all the committees will look into it.
That's what I would do. I know that, you know, talking on that, I know that, Brian Morera and Stephen Herzberg went up there. They were up there in Tallahassee. And I know that they talked to a variety of people. He mentioned it at the last council meeting and so forth. So blasting was the main concern, and they were talking about that to have as many people as they could reach. And the CFO's office, they talked to the two potential CFO candidates coming up now for appointment in April, May. So Gruters and East Conquilla, you know, both of those, it's gonna be one of those two. So they talked to them and they and as a matter of fact, one of them reviewed if they wanted to come down or perhaps even visit Henry Lakes and see what's going on. That's positive, that's more than positive. I thought, but they would, you know, they were the ones that know, they were the ones that went up there. Both Stephen and Brian went in. Anybody else? Anything else on Tallahassee?
Like Steven's online now.
Oh, Stephen Herzberg's on.
Uh,
Hey, Steven?
Public
Yeah, he's-
comments on it?
Can he speak?
I have it,
You're Steve?
he has to unmute himself.
Oh, I see.
Hey, guys, I'm here.
Hey, Stephen.
I
Don't have
I'm
quorum,
the
so-
first on the Zoom public comments, I guess, for you guys.
Yeah, we don't have quorum yet because we're missing a person, Stephen. But we're discussing pretty much a couple of the things on the agenda, the items, the workshop and so forth, Tallahassee and.
Yeah, I mean, I just wanted to give a quick update on mine,
Yes.
if you guys don't mind. Obviously, Brian and I went up to Tallahassee. We had a lot of good meetings, especially with the most likely two newest CFOs, which is more of an intro to us, right? And we'll see if the new CFO gets appointed April 1st or not. And then you were talking about already, Doral passed a resolution on our issue. I mean, I think that's a big win for all of us. That we have another community, a much larger community too, of 80,000 plus people taking our position. So, I'm just here to help you guys, whatever you guys need, try to get the message out more. I don't know what your plans are. For the travel part, obviously be ready in case the bill gets called. Miguel knows that very well. And the other part is, if you guys did want to go up yourselves as well to try to push, just speak with Brian and I about who we spoke to, not try to push too much on specific people, but try to meet with the people we didn't have closed door, meetings with in their office and things like that. So I'm just here to try to help you guys. Let me know.
And I'll be up for days. I will be up there with the Ritterman Chamber and everything else. I will be pushing for Blasting.
Yeah, a lot of us will be up there too. For
Yeah.
days. Yeah, I'll be up there. The mayor will be up there as well. So we'll see who we can speak to.
We don't have the dates,
It's 7th to
recommended
the
dates, no, for us to go.
I haven't, I have no idea when.
I mean, we're going up for days, a few of us. I know Rudy will be there. You guys want to go, and that's up to the board of what you guys want to do. Obviously, session ends at the same time. If there was any type of hearing, of course, that's last minute type of things, 24 to 48 hour notice. So that would be difficult, but hopefully we could make it happen.
I think we've always discussed that days is not a proper time
For some people.
for what we do. Intermingling with what the event is. I guess probably the week after.
Probably the week after might be a good idea. Yeah, because session's still on. So part of the week after will be good too. Or sometime mid-April to end of April. Time frame in there.
Right.
In that zone.
So we need to get the lobbyists to start setting up schedules.
That
of
was my
meetings and
next,
whatnot.
that was my next, thing, our lobbying people. I don't know if Steven or anybody in the, because I haven't seen Eddie Gonzalez, I haven't seen, Will, now I know Will is planning, he's part of the committee that plans dates.
Oh, really?
Yes, he
I don't know
is,
that.
he's one of the ones that plans it, but I haven't seen him or heard him or anything like that. Guess I'll give him a buzz and see what they do, and what do they recommend?
Right.
Days of their.
Has this board spent any money on lobbying?
No, we haven't.
No.
done that,
Not our.
Not from
budget.
our, not out of our budget,
No.
that's a town.
The lobbying has been us.
I mean, then actually us. And our efforts. All right, so when we go through. Anything else on that? Any questions, any discussions? If not, we'll move to marketing. Anything in marketing that you see,
Well, I have
Francisco.
nothing to report since the workshop, other than, I supported Steven and Brian with the stuff that they took up to Tallahassee. So since you're going up now for date days, if you want me to put something else together, or even if you want like the same package that I put together for them, for it to be reprinted.
send me a package for me to review it, yeah, and very likely, I'll see how that is.
The most recent one that you printed for
Yeah.
Steven, can you send
Yeah.
it to the board,
Yeah.
like, to the
Remind me
whole-
which one is that.
The one that I sent you. Okay, it's the most recent one. And then we kind of skipped around the list a little bit, but I wanted you
Yeah, sure.
I wanted to talk about the funds transfer, just to make
Okay.
sure you got everything.
Yes.
Oh,
I
yeah,
received
I
the
was gonna get to that.
minutes. I received the minutes last week, so now's when I was able to initiate the transfer of funds. So, I think possibly by the time you guys meet again, you'll see it updated in the budget.
Okay, but as far as like receipts go and all
What I
that,
need from
you
you
have
guys?
everything you need.
For the transfer, I only need minutes, and I already have that. So we're good on that, and in terms of receipts and stuff, you already sent me everything.
Right, no,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
for
just
the
triple
purchase, yeah,
checking
yeah,
since I
yeah.
saw, okay.
So thank you.
Alright. She'll circulate it to everyone. If you want her to print, X number for your trip to date days, you're more than welcome.
This one, the double sided.
Yeah, just in case. Yeah,
No, it included the bill. The breakdown of the bill sheet. Okay, I'll resend it to you.
okay. I'm working also with, Fred Sandra, well, moving on to try to get the podcast with the chamber. With the Maryland Chamber and the board
I'll
actually,
resend it.
do a podcast for blasting, just on blasting. So I'm looking at because we're using, not anymore the mayor's place, using AD Mendes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is nice, a better setting and everything else, it could be out, it could be everything else, so we can.
It's still with the high school students?
And the high school students and everything else, yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
And now, and Angie Mendes to the university, so that's good.
I went to the Miramar Blasting Advisory Board.
Oh, how was that?
I posed the question, why didn't they attend the meeting? I said that this is a joint effort, that we need to lock arms and participate.
Well, they had a person there.
They had Sal
Yeah,
as their engineer, the town engineer.
Right, it's not okay.
He actually goes to all their meetings. I don't know what relation he has with it, or it's just out of his morbid curiosity. But obviously well welcomed, but to the committee, they need to participate. We need to work together. It's not a one-way street. It was well received. So hopefully we'll see some more participation on their part. I mean, the reality is they're the ones that initiated all of this. Started in Miramar. So we'll see. I expected them to have some members here today.
Where's Patty? Patty Lara?
Patty's out. She resigned. Yeah, she was in there from the get-go.
In there from the beginning?
I think she just got
Show it on the screen.
exhausted by it. There will be, members advised me that they will be, that they go by terms on their side. That once the term's over, they're not gonna, re-engage, if you will.
Okay. Anything else? I'm pretty much.
I don't-
I'm able to, hold on.
Okay, well, I was
Can you
gonna
see
try to share her screen to show.
Oh, okay.
But you guys can continue, because it's gonna take me.
Okay,
To show what was put together for Steven and Brian. I can, we can continue to reuse that, you know,
That's fine.
or repurpose it however you guys see fit.
It's the 2025 set, so I think I don't think it should be re-edited every use.
Well, the only reason why I said re-edited is because this time I added Stephen and Brian's contact information at the bottom of the bill sheet. And last year when I designed that, I didn't put contact information at the bottom of the sheet. So, you know, depending on, I think it's fine with their contact info. But
That's what business card coming.
yeah, business card would come in handy right now, but,
Yeah, so this is.
But I thought the town's information, town's contact information was part of.
Oh, I see, you
the
put
letter.
the
No.
bottom, you put the
no,
bottom.
at the bottom, I put Brian's and
Oh, yeah.
Stevens because they were there lobbying on our behalf, so, you know, it just made sense. But it's the same, contact.
Was it like a one pager type of thing only?
This was a one pager and it went over the two bills. And it kind of summarized at the end with their contact information. And then the second page was what you guys have
Yeah.
already seen a bunch of times.
Okay.
And then the impact of rock mine blasting with the 3 QR codes at the bottom. So it was very,
Good.
it was recycled information with a new cover sheet that had their contact info on it, so I could easily, you know, just remove their contact.
Right.
And it can be repurposed by other members of the committee. Whatever you guys want.
I think, I mean, I have no problem with them as the point, for point source to be contacting to them. Because a topic of conversation, you have an actual councilman that you'll be calling directly,
Mhm.
as opposed to just calling the office.
Yeah,
if anything.
yeah. The generic office number.
Generic office.
Mhm.
Hey, I'm here, guys. Sorry, I'm finishing up a quick meeting, but go ahead. I heard you wanted some input, so feel free to ask me any questions you need.
We're just seeing
Yeah,
the,
the presentation you took up,
Oh,
Yeah.
let me share with him. So you-
the 3 pager, Steve.
Yeah, so honestly, we focused on the one pager. The 3 pager we gave to them when someone specifically asked for more information. There was a few aides or reps that said, I want more, I want to see the information, the facts. So that's when we gave them the additional stuff. But for plenty of them, we stuck with just the one pager. We felt it got to the point.
the issues the one pager has, yours and,
Brian's.
and Brian's contact info. We maintain that or update it with whomever's, or we just remove it. I don't have a problem with having your name, you know, you guys is on there as a contact, but the issue may be you guys not appreciating it.
I wouldn't care, I guess, speak to the vice mayor, but personally, I would be completely fine with you handing those things out. I have a feeling he would do the same, but obviously, yes.
I think it's best to leave their contact info on there, because if we have to put the generic town's information, then not that it's ever gonna get lost, right?
Right.
But it just has to go through more channels versus if it goes straight to Steven or Brian, you know, they'll get it to Io and us right away.
I think this gives it more clout, in my opinion.
Oh,
But it does
oh,
give
so
it-
it goes
Yeah, yeah.
peer to peer, and so,
Yeah.
yeah. No doubt about that.
And it's already been submitted and released to the public.
Mhm.
That's it. So I would just say, how many pages do you need?
How many
How many
pages
did
did
you do last
Stephen
time?
distribute?
Was 3, the whole package is 3 pages, I think.
No, the whole
It-
package
it's
is
two
2
sheets.
pages.
It's
Two
2
sheets,
pages,
two
oh, so you
documents.
buy 2
Right.
documents.
So I guess just let Al know how many you need for your trip and.
By when do you need them?
I need the 7th, so of April,
Oh, okay.
something like that.
then?
Like 20 sheets each?
Oh, that's what I took last time, like 30 of them ones.
make 40 copies. just in
Yeah.
case.
Just in case. Steven, do you have any other observations, anything else from what you know? Council wise? Mayor wise?
No, I mean, listen, the mayor's been gracious in allowing me to lead this charge when it's clearly his, you know, I don't want to say his responsibility. It's his responsibility under the charter, but and if he wanted to, he could keep it, but he understands that one, it's work, and two, no, myself and like the vice mayor have been on this issue for a long time, so we're the ones that have the know-how right away. It's just about continuing to push. I mean, it's out of our hands at this moment. We'll see if there's any movement at all. If not, we'll all come back after May and discuss the next steps, which we've previously discussed last year, right? But worth
Have you
seeing.
noticed any evolution of from what we've gone in the past to what things are now?
I would say that, listen, the two state senators that are up there to be the next CFOs, one of them just said, "Oh, I understand. Come by and see us." Right? Yeah, that shows that they know why we're going to speak with them, because it's a big issue for us and a big issue for the state fire marshal. Both were receptive. One a little bit more than the other, and saying, "Oh, I'll come down to Miami Lakes. We'll see if he does." We told him to reach out to the mayor's office so we can work on that. And I again, it's a little bit of an unknown of how quickly a new CFO will be appointed. The other one was Senator Gruters, who we met with, who's filed to become the next CFO.
Wow.
He has a bunch of endorsements already, so obviously he's a serious contender. He was more in the position of, well, okay, this is interesting. I know about it. I would say he's clearly been briefed by the industry on the issue. He was receptive to us, but his response was more, well, let's get some studies done to figure out the damage and things like that. Obviously, that's this state of Florida is going to send out $5 million for a structural study. I don't know. I don't think they are, but
Again,
that was what his main comments were. Is I want to understand it more. That's one of the people we gave more of the information to, the science backed information. So. But everyone was very receptive. Obviously, does it change that we have this title? I don't know. I guess that probably helps. But people were aware again, and you see a little bit more support from people, the local representatives. Rep Barrero filed the co-sponsor, I believe. Alex Rizzo did. Alex, Rep Rizzo has always been on this issue. Representative Bartleman also filed the co-sponsor. I believe that was accepted. I want to say there was one other co-sponsor on there. So, people are putting it out there for what's that worth as well. How much those others are talking about it, I couldn't tell you. But everyone knows that this is Representative Fabricio's main issue.
but the bottom line is there is movement then.
Yeah, and the mayor brought it up too. The Mayor Cava had a meeting right before us with Senator Avila, and it was discussed that she brought this issue up to him. So that's also a plus.
Just to share with you guys, I don't know if you're aware or not, but Kava has actually brought in the topic to the county in the RER, the RER department's the building department, to develop proposed regulations to properly regulate blasting. They actually contacted me and I said, well, it's not just blasting, consider energy, because what I'm seeing is a parallel to the vibrations caused by the Metro Rail to what we're feeling, what we're experiencing with the blasting itself. And it's causing similar damage, believe it or not. They also shut down the I don't know, it was a tram, or whatever, at the airport for similar damages of energy from the airplanes.
And cracks.
Cracked
And cracks.
yeah.
The airport. Yeah.
So it's, we're seeing it everywhere. It's not just where the source is. The source is one issue, but the
Core games.
core cable is another
Core
one.
games.
It's the propagation of the energy wave of the strata that we experience here. And that needs to get addressed. I also, that's another thing, Kava sent the engineer from the county was at the workshop and I spoke to him.
Oh, yes.
I had sent information to, Clark, Lundy Clark at the building department, who was asked to do a write-up for the proposed, bill for this. And I met with him at the workshop and advised him. I feared that what I was speaking to Lundy Clark about, it was over her. She wasn't understanding it. I don't know. It was the interpretation I received. And he said he was gonna look into it and speak with her and get with what I had sent her. I had given him my information, but I haven't heard from him. But
Good.
that's more than what we've had before.
That's
That's
much
by a
more
long
than
shot.
that. Absolutely. Okay. Anybody else? Any other? I'm pretty much done with my list of activities, list of topics. If anybody else has anything else in mind? Open for discussion. Public, anybody else? Do you see, Hope? Anything else that you see, maybe? More should be done, more, anything else you recommend? What do you see, that's it? You know. it's not
Deer in
working
the
every
headlights,
time.
huh?
It is probably one of the most frustrating processes I've ever lived, 25 years. And here we are. This
Because of the dishonesty,
makes no sense.
because of the dishonesty. And the dishonesty will be revealed within the next few months. The public is gonna know about it. I don't know where some people are gonna hide their faces. Cause I would be tremendously embarrassed. That we have been misleading the public into thinking that this Fabricio bill is a solution. When anybody who's past kindergarten knows that this bill is dead on arrival. And that it's been introduced strictly and merely to placate certain people in our town. In order to be able to say when election times comes around, oh, I did something for you. What it is, it's what it is. Mark my words, that's what it is. The truth is uncomfortable. But it's the truth. And it can never be suppressed indefinitely. You know, you could hoodwink some of the people some of the time, but you're not gonna be able, we are not gonna be able to hoodwink all the people all the time. And these things have political consequences. Because on election day, there's people that have a memory
Te pasa la cuenta.
and te pasan la cuenta.
And for those that do not speak English,
And te pasan la cuenta means for those that don't
They
speak
hang your
Spanish.
neck, they hang your neck at the election.
They're gonna send you the invoice.
They're gonna send you the invoice. That's right. Right. But people, you can just go to Dugan, you know, earn and Dugan. You know, whatever, that's as an option, as an alternative, you know, that's maybe. I see where you're going.
No,
I
I
said
can
there's
tell
no
you-
readings of the minute,
Well,
but.
I can
yeah,
say from,
after the workshop that happened last year in February, I really thought we were headed somewhere.
Yeah.
The outcome was that they were going to be reviewing this and that.
Right.
I learned new words in my search for. And
After the workshop in Tallahassee, and yeah.
that workshop just opened
Yeah.
up my hope.
The one in February.
Yeah, the one that you want.
February 6th, 2024.
And I received a phone call my first day at work. To refrain from the expletives that he shared with me on the phone. Yes, I thought further action was gonna happen. They were.
You and Steven did a brilliant job. It was so
Tremendous.
amazing.
I was taken aback, they censored my presentation again. Second time that happens, but
it censored your presentation.
Yeah.
they deleted all my images and
They did?
videos. It was blank images, slides, as I said.
That's outrageous.
It-
That is outrageous,
It was,
It was.
absolutely.
totally unacceptable.
The first time I went up, registered to speak, they didn't call me. They skipped over me and Adele Laura were gonna speak.
And then we complain about the way things are done in Russia.
Yeah. But any word, actually, let me bring this up, the Opaga investigation, any word with that?
That's the word Opaga. I had no idea what Opaga was.
From the agency, I think it was responsible to follow up and.
Yeah,
and,
Fabricio was gonna initiate an Opaga investigation of what's been, was transpiring. So I don't know if anything has happened, if anything is allowed to be spoken or not. I don't know. But yeah, there was a lot of clout to do so. But he stated it publicly that an investigation would ensue. Of course, he can request one, but the department has to accept it and continue. That was a hell of a meeting.
It was a lot of it.
That whole meeting.
It was. Okay, anybody else, anything else?
Well, and just to give credit where credit is due, I don't know if you're aware, they deleted the video of that presentation, that meeting.
Did you,
They removed it.
of that here, of
Yeah.
that
Wow.
particular,
As a whole.
Wow.
of all they were, they deleted
But
that.
I
And
went
who's
out
there?
I went out there in
Who's
ways that it was.
It has to be the state,
Finally,
don't you
they
think?
surfaced it
It's
again.
not us,
Florida?
Florida. Not us,
Um,
definitely not us.
and Hope instigated and they restored the video.
Well, your son, I think, did do it.
Oh, and I captured it thereafter, but they restored it after we began questioning where.
Because I called it every single place, and the first person that I called it was the sheriff's department there, and they go, was there a criminal act in the place? I go, excuse me. I was like totally confused, so I go, what do you mean? And he says, so you're calling the sheriff's office, and I go, I'm so sorry, who should I be calling, please?
That was awesome.
And then they answer me, but they actually put it back up, just for.
First call off of their officer, my little way, to do it.
I have no idea. It's frightening, really is.
Now we know why it takes so long to resolve a simple thing.
Well, Doji's coming down to Miami-Dade County, so
Yes.
all of the uncovering that's gonna happen
Yes.
within the next few months will be great
It'll
fun.
be very interesting.
I hope they
And all of
stop-
Florida, and
I
all
hope
of
they
Florida,
stop at
and all
north
of Florida.
side on the way down.
And all of Florida too, oh, yeah.
Well, it's really frightening to realize that our government's just simply.
Uh-huh.
Hi, Steven, you're like in shock looking at us. You're in shock, Steven, we're in trouble.
The thing is that there's a new sheriff in town,
Yes.
Yeah,
and the message has rippled
of course.
down. And the county budget is outrageous.
No.
The amount of waste that we have.
Across the board.
And wait until we take off the real estate taxes.
I know that the mayor, I know that the
Coming.
mayor has sent
Just a
memos
week.
to department heads to telling them they have to cut 10% of their budget for next year.
Wow.
That's official.
Mhm.
So, I wonder where she got that idea from.
That's conservative,
Yeah,
conservative number.
do you have any idea, Rudy, where she got that idea from?
Clueless.
Maybe she smelled it in the air.
Yeah. And not only county, some municipalities too. Remember, we have 34 municipalities here, guys.
Yeah.
That's another,
Exactly.
many people considering going back to unincorporation and so forth, so. Big items, big.
Which is really not a good idea.
I'm not saying whether it's good or not, but just, again, this brings back all those.
Because being incorporated does give us some benefits.
Yeah.
That we would not have if we were directly under
Some
a county
levels.
commissioner.
I'm gonna incorporate.
You're only covered. Among the benefits is that we can rent our cops. And that gives us tremendous peace of mind as far as civil service complaints go, as far as pensions
Pensions.
go,
Well,
and as far as
We don't have to worry about that.
accountability goes.
Interesting.
Now, I don't know if our taxpayers out there realize that. Just how big of a benefit that is for any municipality or regional group that to be able to rent our police services and our fire services. It takes a huge load off our back.
That's one of the reasons the majority of unincorporated, you know, have done that. Have done it. They're gonna work. And it's better.
And in my humble opinion, it increases the quality of our police and fire services. Because we have more control. We have more say, we have more input on the quality of the service that we wouldn't have if it were, you know,
It's
left
only,
up to a county commissioner.
I'm telling you, it's only here in the United States. I had a Brazilian delegation come in and we were talking about that. And they're like, we have a mayor, and then you have 34 other mayors within the same area.
Exactly.
They were like,
That makes sense.
even they went ballistic with that. They had no idea. They were just, they couldn't.
Yeah.
That's the way our constitution is set up, you know, and so forth, but they just couldn't validate it.
That's why our standard of living is a little bit
That's a
different.
little bit different. Anyway, anything else? Anybody else? Steven, Hope, Fabio, anybody else? I don't know. I think that's it. Next meeting, I think it's April 28th. Right, I don't think it is scheduled for April
So
28th.
how many members do you have in the board now? That you don't have quorum, there's 4 of you. do.
8.
Eight.
There's 8 members.
There's 8 members.
Wow.
That's a tough number to.
Yeah,
Sometimes having a lot of people is
April
really not a
28th,
good
next
idea.
year.
20?
28.
28th.
Because when you have 3, if 2 show up, you have a meeting.
People five.
Exactly.
Or even 5, right, yeah.
You wanna join?
I can never, because I will never obey sunshine law. There's no way anyone's gonna get me to do that. You can take sunshine law and stick it with the sunshine, that don't shine.
With that, well.
Look at Steven, he's
You know,
laughing.
Steve.
Yeah, just like I was saying, we are changing the rules for committees
Yeah, so-
to make members of the committees more responsible for joining, but also we're changing it. The quorum can't be changed, right? That's statutory. But we are, and quorum has to be in person too, by the way. But we are changing it that twice a year, the most likely, I assume this will all get approved. It seems like it will. Twice a year, a member is allowed to attend virtually. However, in this case, if one of the 3 that weren't here, one of the 4 that weren't here were to be via Zoom, you still wouldn't meet quorum because the quorum has to be in person, unfortunately. And that's also statutory.
Better than it was before, I mean,
So it is limited.
Right, but it counts for the member to their attendance record that they met, they were at the meeting.
and at least they're up to speed with what was discussed.
Yeah.
Because
Correct.
they're involved and they
Correct,
know what's
that's right.
going on, so. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Anything else? Going once, going twice, going 3 times, so.
Council members,
So,
thank you for
thank you,
joining
Steven.
us.
No, thank you guys for putting in the effort and like, we're here to help and this is big for us. And again, Eladio, what I'll be pushing for if nothing happens. So
Yes.
let's see what happens.
Oh, yeah.
Motion adjourned.
Motion to adjourn. Everybody in favor?